Hey, it's Mike. Thanks for tuning back in. It is Tuesday evening. Normally, I do my Clearing the Bases episode on Sunday mornings, but power outage. And then yesterday, I was exhausted and too busy. So here I am on a Tuesday doing Clearing the Bases. And this is up through Saturday, just like I would normally do. And then on this coming Sunday, I'll do my normal Sunday to Saturday Clearing the Bases. So some of this stuff is a little bit old, but I also think it's very interesting and worthy of comment. So let me know if you have any comments, and let's jump right in. There's a lot here, a lot of really interesting auctions ended, some really interesting topics. So hopefully this doesn't take terribly long, but maybe I know a lot of you actually prefer my longer videos. So let's jump right in here. First of all, Clearing the Bases is sponsored by Just Collect. Just Collect, led by Leighton Sheldon, is one of the largest top buyers of vintage cards and collections in the country. You can fill out their free appraisal form right here on their website, Appraise Your Collection at justcollect.com. Link is in the description to this video, or you can email Leighton directly at leighton@justcollect.com for an offer. All right, let's start off with this very interesting, very well done video by Orlando over at A Collector's Dream on YouTube. Strong recommend just to subscribe to Orlando in the first place. I learned so much about vintage cards, and his collection is outstanding. I've interviewed him. He's shown me some of his collection, obviously not all of it, but A plus YouTube channel from an A plus guy. And this is a great video. I watched this when he put it out over a month ago now. As you can see, I had commented on it here. Didn't think a whole lot of it. He shows some cards that were cleaned, and he talks about Moser. I don't remember Moser. I pulled up an article of him, Gary Moser, who, he'd been accused of trimming the rough edges on cards. This is the New York Times, by the way, removing stains, blah, blah, blah. So Orlando says that I think one of these cards was maybe it was the eight. I don't remember. But he shows at some point the backs of the cards, and one of them was not cleaned. So you can see there, and then one of them was. And then Orlando says that the stain reappeared years later. And so this is pretty wild. It's very interesting stuff. I don't think Orlando had an image, if I'm remembering correctly, from it's too old for PSA to have had a scan from it. Very well done video. Strong recommend again. If I remember, I'll put the link to this video in the description, but his channel is called A Collector's Dream. So then on Twitter, TiffanyCards.com, another account I follow, I get a lot of value from this account, said this video, or Orlando's, shows why Kurt's Card Care and all card cleaning kits don't list ingredients and won't back up their products with a guarantee. And by the way, I did a video on Bench Clear Media a few months ago when cleaning first became a big topic. And I was asked, what do I think about card cleaning? And I said, if PSA and SGC can't detect it, I don't have a problem with it, but my concern is what's happening to these cards years later. Is something happening to them? And we don't know. And that is what is allegedly happening here, is that these cards that were soaked and cleaned, one in a chemical and one not, later on the stain somehow comes back. And I am not a scientist. I can't claim to understand how that works or if it happens, if it works. All I have to go by is Orlando. And then Auburn35, another great account on Twitter, uh, has similar screenshots here. And the tiffanycards.com, let me see here. I've got a whole thread here of this type of thing. And it's the images aren't great in some of these. I think, yeah, he's actually taken a screenshot. So this is, oh yeah, so okay, my mistake. Tiffanycards.com found the original scan, and it's not really that visible here. And here's Orlando's, and it is much more visible. So you can see this matches up, and there are a lot of them like that. There is a thread. I have it here. Here we go. And here's the same card, and he's circling things that prove that it's the same card, and they look different. This was a 1.5 on SGC. allegedly cleaned, and then crossed to a 4 in PSA. I don't know. It's really interesting. There are a lot of these like this, by the way. This was a SGC1, allegedly cleaned, turned into a PSA 1.5. Probably not the result that they wanted, but there are a lot of these, and I'm not going to go through all of them. SGC1 to a 2. So the question is this true? Is it right? Are all these legitimate? 1.5 to a 4. That's worth the money. If you're Gary Moser, it's worth the money and worth the risk, probably. I wouldn't do it myself because it's not my kind of thing. But so this person, though, Justice Warrior Yo, I don't know who this is, said pitched the lighting down and took it to 5200K color warmth to match non-fluorescent. And would you look at that? Now apologize. And I don't, uh, again, I'm not a scientist. I don't know anything about this stuff here. But the stain is there, I guess. So Tiffany Cards did ask a good question. Can you do the same for 2024 and then post them side by side? Yeah, I don't know. So a lot of questions here. I still don't know. But this kind of goes to that concern I had a few months ago in that Bench Clear Media video is what is happening to these cards over the span of time? In a related note here, Mario Alejandro, another great account, shows Beckett Collect here, put this in their story on Instagram, I assume, a card that was sitting next to, this is Mr. Cardshine account, sitting next to Mr. Cardshine product. So Beckett is effectively promoting this Cardshine product. No color, no odor, it says. So Beckett is saying, yeah, go ahead, clean your cards. We'll grade them. Not officially, of course, but that seems awfully strange that they would promote that. Yeah. What do you think about card cleaning? I know this is a very, very hot topic. I don't know. And here this person says, my main thing is no one knows the long-term effects of any cleaning chemicals if used. Remember, it's then sealed in a plastic case. Yeah. I don't know. I really don't know. New topic. M&T trading. I don't know. This person, they're taking this screenshot from AB Cards on Instagram. This person wrote a soliloquy about finally acquiring their Grail card and how ecstatic they are. And a journey filled with patience, dedication, and a whole lot of passion represents not just a piece of history, but countless hours of hard work and determination. Thanks to everyone. And it's up for sale. I this just seems like such a bizarre thing to do to write. You've acquired your Grail card. It's a PSA 10 Jordan 86 Fleer, and now you are so excited you are selling it. So uh, I don't think it's psychotic behavior like M&T trading does. It's just bizarre to me. But everybody hobbies differently. Everybody hobbies differently, and my Grail card will sit in my collection for decades. Other people are happy to acquire and then sell it. All right, let's talk a little bit about PSA's price increase. TJ is online, another great Twitter account. I don't know where this picture came from. I don't know if TJ created this himself, but PSA is increasing their Collectors Club price from $99 to $149, and they are giving you Fanatics credit. So I am a Collectors Club member, or was. I am now canceling my membership because $99 was already a lot to be a Collectors Club member, and I already was thinking, I don't really get any value from this. I do a couple of those deals per year, But when you think about how much you're paying, $99 a year, and then divide that by the number of cards I'm sending, it's adding a fairly significant amount of money to my grading cost. And basically, I get a magazine out of it that I end up throwing away without reading. And the loop credit, which was what I got last year, splits up into 5 credits or something like that, or 3 or whatever. So it's just a huge pain. I'm canceling my Collectors Club membership. I'm curious to know if you're a member and you are canceling, keeping it, or if you're actually going to sign up because of this Fanatics credit. Let me know in comments. Here's another PSA comment. So PSA has added terms and conditions after acquiring SGC. They write, for the avoidance of doubt, this guarantee, their authenticity and grade guarantee, does not cover any cards graded by other companies and is exclusive to PSA graded cards only, regardless of whether PSA owns any other grading company that operates under a separate name. Now, that obviously, in my opinion, means SGC, but PSA doesn't own SGC. Collectors Universe does, or Collectors, whatever they're called. So I thought this was an interesting addition, and that legal approved that was odd. Just my thought. All right, I'm going to mix in some auctions here. This one is a 1970 Topps Basketball Second Series wax box with 24 unopened wax packs. This was on Heritage Auctions, sold for $72,000. This is awesome. I love these historical vintage wax boxes. I even want them empty. Give it to me empty, I'd be thrilled. But of course, I'd love to have it uh, with the packs too. Okay, this person, Sal Berry. I'm not a hockey guy, but here I am mixing hockey in again. The decline in value of the Connor Bedard Young Guns card. This is instructive for anybody who is jumping to buy the big cards out of a fresh set. Here is on March 6th, the first sale of this card on eBay was $1,200. This is this Young Guns card. 1,200 bucks. Throughout the day, the card gradually declined in price as it became more plentiful, settling to around $900. Over the next week, it fell to 800, then 700, then 600, then 500. By the weekend of the show, which was only 10 days later, the price had dipped to $450. Whew, yeah, and now there's a buy it now of 425. One sold for 389. It's just a little cautionary tale. I thought it was a good article. This is a Florida Cape Coral local card shop owner specializing in Pokemon and sports cards, arrested doing the self-checkout scam at his local Walmart. This guy here. He looked familiar to me. I feel like we've seen, oh yeah, in 2023, Wink News, whatever that is, did a full video report on Foster's businesses, which includes 2 card shops and an HVCA. I assume that means HVAC company. So according to the police report, he scanned 10 items and left over 20 unscanned in his cart. Buddy, why? And then he was charged with grand theft. LCS owner. All right. Okay. 33 Gaudy Babe Ruth PSA 8 sold for $240,000. Here's what this looks like. So pre-pandemic, it was selling for 60, 50, 66,000, 18 and 19. And then in 2021, it sold for $288,000, almost tripled from 2019. And then it went for 400,000, 436, and then it started a decline. It went for 483 mysteriously. Must have been this is this exact card, I guess. I'm not sure. This exact card sold for 437 just over 2 years ago. Where is that? Oh, right here. Yeah. And then so it went from 437 down to 240 now. So if you've got an extra quarter mil sitting around, now is a good time probably to buy a Gaudy Ruth from 1933. Just my thought. And then send it to me. Okay, so Neo, I like Neo. I watch a lot of Neo's videos. Does a good job. Did this video where he says, "Remember when Collector's Universe purchase of SGC was going to make SGC 10 equal to PSA 10? Oh wait, we're gonna spend like a month at the most." Not that I believe that's ever going to happen, but they haven't even integrated the companies yet. So I wouldn't expect an SGC 10 Wemby to equal PSA 10 probably ever, let alone in under a month since the sale closed. Here's a Caitlin Clark, just pulled vinyl, gold vinyl 1 of 1 auto. This is a sticker auto, and it's, I think, a 2023 product. So you could do that for however much that's going to go, tens of thousands of dollars. Or you could have this 2021 on card yellow auto from me. I put an offer out there for $24.99. If any, it's on eBay right now, $29.99. I have an offer out for $24.99. I have offers. People have offered me up to $2,100, and we're getting close. I will take 2,500. All right. Remember, we talked last month about Topps forgetting to put first card stamps on these 1 of 1 cards. Here's the 1 of 1 here. Topps forgot to add the first card stamp. So when you pull them, you have to look at the back of your card to see if it's a 1 of 1, even though it's a base card. And then you mail it to Topps and they will add the stamp for you. And so this one is out there. Jeff Talking Cards posted it. And I found it on eBay. It's sold. Here it is. It was $2,000, best offer accepted. And it sold for $1,275. A Mookie Betts Shohei Ohtani. Pretty cool card. $1,275. Seeing a bunch of people upset about this. First of all, a bunch of Wemby cards are now with autographs are now going to be in Topps Dynasty baseball product. And a lot of people are upset about this. It doesn't bother me. I'm not going to get any of these cards anyway. But I thought his autograph here was cool. The alien, which is his nickname, with some little drawings. It's fun. I don't know what this is or why anybody would want this patch, but again, everybody hobbies differently. Here's some more Victor Wembanyama with Aaron Judge autograph and patches. This is a better patch anyway. Let me know. Is that something that appeals to you? Rare items from Apple Revolution makes $1.6 million at auction. Here's, ugh, it's not an image, it's a link. So this is a Steve Jobs business card that sold for $181,000. Crazy. Mario again. Mickey Mantle, don't care about you, kid. This is Chaz Palminteri. Oh yeah, here we go. Back, of course, in the classic movie. Why is my brain? Oh, Bronx Tale. Man, my brain's broken. Had that line, Mickey Mantle, don't care about you, kid. And so at a signing, even though he wasn't supposed to sign anything differently or add inscriptions, this guy gave him a Mickey Mantle card and asked him to sign, and he did. Nobody cares. I thought that was neat. Fun little addition. I talked about Wyatt Langford. Remember last week I talked about Wyatt Langford and the card that somebody agreed to buy for $25,000 and then for $27,000, and then the dealer took it out from under him and sold it to somebody else for $50,000. The collectibles guru, who I have more about soon, says that it graded a dual 10-10 card auto. So likely a $100,000 card now. Collectibles guru is saying it's a big one. Chris Harris shared this. Notorious HOG. We're now seeing cleaning booths at sports car shows, striving for tens, more than a shine. Professional sport card analyst. I wonder which sport. Is that just one sport or professional sport card analyst striving for tens? I had not seen this one before. So good for striving for tens, for getting out there and starting a business. Remember the Tom Brady card? This one sold for $15,000 on December 22nd. I don't remember. Oh, this is number 50 to 50. Just turned around and sold it for $8,500. So it took about a 40+% loss. Bought it raw, graded it, came back an 8, sold it for $8,500. That's the risk you take. All right. A few people sent me this one. This is Frank Thomas Stan account. Crazy case at the Chicago Sports Spectacular. We have Babe Ruth cut autos, Babe Ruth cut autos, Jackie Robinson cut autos, Jackie Robinson cut auto. It is an amazing. I think this is Lou Gehrig here cut auto. This is crazy. Yeah, good for that dealer. Awesome stuff. This Carolina Card Exchange, again, I don't know who this person is either, but why would I pay? First, I thought, why would I pay $455 for a $10 card? Then I realized it's a banger. And you can see here, this eBay seller writes, Rookie Hall of Fame card, banger, $455. Yeah, so that's a good way to sell. All right, Lou Gehrig. Lou Gehrig, 33 Gaudi, PSA 8, sold for $126,000. Again, this is Heritage. I think a lot of Heritage must have had a couple of big auctions, and because I've got quite a bit of Heritage in here, some big, really interesting stuff. Again, Heritage. I've done a couple videos on the Ty Cobb card from T206. This one sold for $432,000. This is a fresh to the hobby card. I want to do like an Attic Find Friday about this. There just isn't enough detail about this find itself. I had a whole video planned. Ugh. Anyway, it sold for $432,000, which is awesome. SGC 2.5. It's a beautiful card. Look at that. Great centering, great color. All right, Apple One computer signed by Steve Wozniak. I thought it was also signed by Steve Jobs too, but yeah, really neat. You can see Woz. Can I zoom in on that? Woz, right, ugh, right there. I guess not signed by Jobs. It, let's see, did this sell? Yeah, sold for $324,000. That is amazing. All right, we have a Hobby News Daily article. Hobby News Daily writes about, and this is Bobby Burrell. I don't do hockey, two hockey things, but Bobby Burrell always writes really good articles for Hobby News Daily about hockey. Hobby News Daily Hockey, not Hockey News Daily Hobby. 3334 Canadian chewing gum hockey card wrapper with tears in it sold for $16,000. Look at that thing. Again, it's a piece of history. Awesome. I love that stuff. Adam Dorowski is from Sports Reference, Baseball Reference. He does Immaculate Grid. I follow him as of pretty recently. Interesting follow. He says, I generally like to believe we are moving forward as a society, but then here is the 2024 Topps 1989 design. Here is the actual 1989 Topps. Nolan Ryan fits beautifully in here. In the 2024, it does not. Poor use of space. Bummer. This is one of the dumbest things. The Titanic Hero floating wood panel, the one that Rose, Kate Winslet's character. I haven't seen this movie since 1997. She survived on it, and there wasn't enough room for Jack, whatever his name was. Sold for $750,000 almost. Whew. Speaking of bad unused space, Anthony Richardson's autograph. I don't know if this is legit. I actually am not sure if this is real or if this is photoshopped, but it's funny nonetheless. You got a little more space there. All right, Leland's auction, Metal Universe, 1997-98, Michael Jordan, PMG, Precious Metal Gems, PSA 8, sold for almost $250,000. I don't get it. I know that this is a wildly popular set. I just don't understand it. That's just me. We've got a Ted Williams photo match, Triple Crown season, Boston Red Sox game worn jersey, sold for $192,000. It looks so small. It's got holes in the armpits so they can breathe, I guess. Here we have a sports card nonsense group, which is a disaster. I've said this before. Just fun. Topps base PSA graded Nolan Ryan run. I like seeing these things. Just fun. Nothing major here. Another sports card nonsense. Let's load this up. This guy completed the run of Upper Deck Find the autograph inserts. And then somebody mentioned that he missed a certain missing the Gretzky and Marino and Walter Payton, I think. And so he's on the hunt. But it was still cool seeing all 9 of these together in one collection. I want one of these, just one. Any of them. I'd take any of them. All right. This goes out to commenting collector Rob Sagady. 1966 Topps Batman, Red Bat, second series, cello box, 36 unopened packs, sold for $55,200. Pretty neat. And then I was trying to find others here in this hot heritage auction. There's just so much to go by. This Sporting News Babe Ruth, 1916. This is considered his rookie card. Sold for $348,000. Babe Ruth, $240,000. This Jordan 86 Fleer sold for $210,000, which is one of the highest in a while. I think it's been down in the $180,000 to $200,000 range. Is it coming back up again? So yeah, there's a lot of big stuff in there. Here it is. Here's the $210,000 Jordan PSA 10. Ah, yeah. See, I opened some of them after all. Here we have a weird one. Tom Hanks autographed a box of chocolates, and it supposedly looks just like the one from the movie. And he autographed it, but it is not the one from the movie, and they didn't claim that it was. But a lot of people think it was, and it went for $57,500. So, Indiana Jones bullwhip from Temple of Doom, 1984, sold for over $500,000. That's really cool. That's my all-time favorite character. Indiana. I grew up on. I didn't watch Star Wars. I watched a lot of Indiana Jones as a kid. Also, I still watch Home Alone every year. Macaulay Culkin's hat, the knit hat, sold for $81,000. And the Jack Torrance, The Shining axe, sold for $125,000. Yeah. The Rocky IV, Carl Weathers, Apollo Creed hat and coat, $65,000. And now the dumbest thing I've maybe ever added into one of these videos, the collectibles guru, who I've always tried to avoid including, but sometimes he has posts that I can't find any other source for, has announced that he has sold his social media following, his social media accounts, and he will continue to play an advisory role. And this became big news last week because nobody cares, and yet everybody talks about it. And so here I am talking about it. Why you would announce that you've sold your social media, I don't know. It's such a weird thing. Like I will never sell my social media, by the way, but not that anybody wants it. It's just I don't know why. And then very strangely, the next day, one of his tweets comes out, and instead of saying I like he always has, it says we, but it's still the collectibles guru Eric Whiteback and this image of him. And his tweets started saying, we feel this, we think this, we are excited about this. Very strange, very off-putting. And he lost a bunch of subscribers, thousands of subscribers, followers on Twitter because of it. I'm going to continue to follow just to see what it's like. But look at this dude's collection of games and stuff. It's crazy. And then this, I should have had that one last, but federal government copy of the first atom bomb test. Huh. Wild. Never seen that before. Here's the back of it. Pretty neat. The closest I get to any atom bomb is this one right here. Atom bomb. Let me know, as always, what you have for thoughts on any of these topics, and I will be back very soon, probably Thursday, with another video. Thanks very much for watching.